Pay your way. During a recent conversation with his fans on Instagram, dancehall artiste Kraff launched a broadside against music industry figures he believes are not supporting genuine talent. He highlighted the practice of music producers allegedly charging non-established acts to record songs for them. When the young artiste dem arise, unu new seat from it reach from way down the one place and unu new see when dem go all a studio is some big artiste day, and dem all reach before the big artiste and dem hoffy wait until the big artiste dem voice before dem can voice. Unu new see the pain weighty young artiste dem hoffy go through, before dem reach a point way dem can see zuppen, said an angry Kraff. He continued, unu new see when all the young artiste dem hoffy pay 5 ice pon a rhythm. You know how much young artiste dem have out day way dem a tech fi idiot, way dem a tell dem say, ya hoffy pay all $100,000, $50,000 5 voice pon a rhythm. And a dem hoffy shoot dem own video. Kraff, who is from St. Anne, is known for songs like Lucid, 2.3 million views on YouTube, Rum Behavior, 1.2 million views and currently number 4 on YouTube trending chart, Voodoo Chop, Hamsi, Sinna, and Dinero. His comments sparked a conversation as it relates to the charging of artistes of voice on rhythms. Augustus Gussie Clarke, a veteran music producer with over 50 years of releasing hit songs by the Mighty Diamonds, J.C. Lodge and Shabba Ranks, Lady G and Gregory Isaacs, says the charging of artistes to record on projects is not an accepted music industry practice. This would not be the norm and actually would be going against the grain of the industry practice. The only reason I can rationalize is that the artiste sees a potential career opportunity and wants to be involved in a project and or on a rhythm that the producer did not originally have an interest for that artist to. This strategy sometimes works, especially if the project/rhythm becomes successful or popular later on. Please note that there can be infringement implications if the producer is not the copyright owner of the rhythm, he reasoned. Clarke added, "It a practice is another way to try to bus yourself and or your artiste. However, when money and not talent is going to be the primary and deciding factor, then it will have a mixed outcome, because only those who can afford it will get that specific opportunity or exposure." Asked whether producers charging aspiring acts to record can be curtailed, he said respectfully, "We operate in a free market and us Jamaicans always try to find innovative ways to try to succeed. When established artistes try to bus new artistes by calling them impromptu on stage, it works sometimes, and they get ratings and bragging rights later on." Clarke said the music business has many ways of operating and artists and their management find the best way to boost careers. Artists who are in the position to are and have been taking a safer and more guaranteed earning route for decades now. Although you hear about the great streaming numbers and social media views, sales income are not what it used to be and or is expected to. Other than performances and dub plates, the industry standard was/is that artists earn royalties from sales, but that is no longer the safest route, especially when you are an established and successful in-demand artiste, he stated. Music consultant, founding general manager of IRI FM, and former music executive at Shocking Vibes Productions Clyde McKenzie addressed the matter. There are a number of business models which are represented in various sectors of the music industry. There are no hard and fast rules which govern transactions. It is often a question of what people will pay for, which is based on the balance of power in each transaction. I believe that an artiste who has power will set the tone, and the same applies to producers. People will do what they can to get away with, and both practices are not new in the business, said McKenzie. Well-known publicist, artiste manager, and producer Ralston Barrett said producers charging up-and-coming acts may be seen by some as a revenue stream at a time when record sales are in decline. I think the producers see this as another way to earn money, especially in these times when record sales for reggae and dancehall are not what they used to be. Some might say it unfair for producers to charge artistes to record on their rhythms, especially in case where the artiste is up-and-coming. However, that's just one side of the coin, because artistes charge producers all the time too, said Barrett. For his part, he added, "I've always been very accommodating to new artistes from the very early stages of my career. If I had done otherwise, I would have had no career at all, either as a producer, artiste manager or publicist. Everything that I have accomplished in music is a result of my willingness to work with new artistes." Trump campaign reports raising more than $7 million after Georgia booking. New York, AP, for former President Donald Trump, a picture is worth more than $7 million. Trump's campaign says he has raised $7.1 million since Thursday when he was booked at the Fulton County Jail in Georgia on charges that he illegally schemed to overturn the 2020 election in the state and became the first former president in U.S. history to ever have a mugshot taken. Spokesman Stephen Chung said that, on Friday alone, the campaign brought in $4.18 million, its highest grossing day to date. The record haul underscores how Trump's legal woes have been a fundraising boon for his campaign, even as his political operation has spent tens of millions on his defense. The mounting legal charges have also failed to dent Trump's standing in the Republican presidential primary, with the former president now routinely beating his rivals by 30 to 50 points in polls. While Trump described his appearance Thursday as a terrible experience and said posing for the historic mugshot was not a comfortable feeling, his campaign immediately seized on its fundraising power. Before he had even flown home to New Jersey, his campaign was using it in fundraising pitches to supporters. Trump amplified that message both on his Truth Social site and by returning to X, the site formerly known as Twitter, for the first time in 2.5 years to share the image and direct supporters to a fundraising page. Within hours, the campaign had also released a new line of merchandise featuring the image that began with t-shirts and now includes beer koozies, bumper stickers, a signed poster, bumper stickers and mugshot mugs. Chung said that contributions from those who had purchased merchandise or donated without prompting skyrocketed, especially after Trump's tweet. The new contributions, he said, had helped push the campaign's fundraising haul over the last 3 weeks to close to $20 million. Trump in early August was indicted in Washington on felony charges related to his efforts to overturn the results of the 2020 election in the run-up to the violent riot by his supporters at the U.S. Capitol. At the same time, Trump's political operation has been burning through tens of millions of dollars on lawyers as he battles charges in 4 separate jurisdictions. Recent campaign finance filings show that, while Trump raised over $53 million during the first half of 2023, a period in which his first 2 criminal indictments were turned into a rallying cry that sent his fundraising soaring, his political committees have paid out at least $59.2 million to more than 100 lawyers and law firms since January 2021.